Hello everyone, this is Dr. Aparna Sajjan from VPKBIT Baramati, India. In this video lecture, we will discuss the details about graphene, its structure, properties and applications. It is one of the example of nanomaterials. So graphene is available in nature in the form of graphite. Graphite is made up of many number of these graphene layers arranged one on top of the other. So like this, if the graphene layers are arranged one over the other, we get graphite. So after exfoliation or taking out one of the layer, we get graphene single layer or single atom thick layer of carbon atoms. So this is how the graphite containing of many layers of graphene, after exfoliation it forms graphene single layer. This is graphene single layer which is taken out from the graphite. So graphene can be classified as a two-dimensional nanomaterial. It is having a sheet-like structure with two-dimensional array of atoms, carbon atoms. It is one atom thick sheet. So two-dimensional nanomaterials are those in which the two dimensions are outside the nanoscale. So the two dimensions are larger than the 100 nanometer scale, and in one dimension it is only one atom thick sheet. So there is which it is called as nanomaterial. They have sheet or plate-like structure. So you can see the scanning electron microscope image where the sheet-like structure is revealed. Some of the examples of two-dimensional nanomaterials are graphene, hexagonal boron nitride and metal dichalcogenides. But in this video lecture, we will discuss only about the details of graphene. So graphene is a two-dimensional allotrope of carbon atoms. That means it is made up of carbon atoms only. All the atoms that are present in graphene are carbon atoms only. There are no other atoms. So it is consisting of a single layer of carbon atoms arranged in two-dimensional honeycomb or hexagonal lattice structure. It is derived from graphite. In graphite, there are stacked graphene layers, one over the other, and the single layer of this graphene from the graphite. In graphite, several graphene sheets or layers are stacked one on the top of other, and graphite is commonly available material which is used in pencil tips and batteries. So let us see the structure of graphene. In graphene, each carbon atom is covalently bonded to three other carbon atoms. Due to this covalent bonding, graphene is having more stability and very high tensile strength. Since graphene is flat, every atom is on the surface and is accessible from both sides, so there is more interaction with surrounding molecules, hence it is more reactive. The carbon atoms are bonded to only three other carbon atoms. They have the capability to bond to the fourth atom. But this capability combined with the tensile strength and high surface area to volume ratio of graphene makes it more attractive for use in composite materials. So graphene has extended delocalized pi electron conjugated structure having alternate single and double bonds. So electron mobility is higher than other such materials. Hence, graphene is electrically conductive in nature. Carbon atoms in these rings, they are arranged in sp2 hybridized state. In the sp2 molecular orbital model, each carbon atom is attached to 3 other similar carbon atoms. In this, bonding is of sigma bond as well as pi bond with the bond angles 120 degrees. So this is how the one carbon atom is bonded to 3 other carbon atoms with sigma bonds as well as pi bonds. sp2 sigma bonds are there, as well as pz pi bonds are also formed in graphene. So this is the conjugated structure with alternate single and double bonds. So due to this kind of structure, the graphene is a conducting material. It is electrically conducting as well as it is thermally conducting material. The rings are hexagonal rings of carbon atom. So that is why it is called honeycomb lattice or honeycomb framework or hexagonal framework. And the average carbon to carbon bond distance in case of graphene is around 1.42 angstrom unit. Let us see how the hybridization takes place in graphene. The ground state carbon atom consists of 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. Electrons, 6 electrons are arranged in this way. One of the p orbital is empty in the ground state. But when this carbon atom gets excited, the 2s electron, one of the 2s electron is transferred to the empty pz orbital. Now there are 4 unpaired electrons in the excited state. But during hybridization, in case of graphene, only 2 of the p orbitals take part in sp2 hybridization. So one s orbital and 2 p orbitals, that is px and py, 2 p orbitals and 1 s orbital, they are combining. So 3 orbitals are combining to form 3 orbitals, resulting in the 3 orbitals of same energy. After combining these 3 orbitals, that is 2s, 2px, 2py orbitals, they are having same energy. So sp2 hybridization, after sp2 hybridization, the 1s orbital, the innermost orbital electrons will not get affected. They will not take part in bonding. The 3 hybrid orbitals formed by the combination of one of the 2s orbital and 2 of the 2p orbitals is called sp2 hybrid orbital. So 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals are formed with 1 electron each, that is with 1 unpaired electron each, and the pz orbital on the carbon will remain as it is, means it will be little bit higher in energy, and these 3 orbitals, hybrid orbitals, are having same energy. The pz orbital is little bit higher in energy. So after hybridization, so the s orbital is combining with the px and py, forming the 3 orbitals of same energy called sp2 hybrid orbitals. So this is how the hybridization takes place. So we can again see here the 2s orbital here, it is combining with these green lobes px and py orbitals, forming the sp2 hybrid orbitals. So this is how the px, py is combining with the 2s orbital to form these green lobes. They are sp2 hybrid orbitals. One sp2, second sp2 and third sp2 hybrid orbital, and this inner orange colored circle indicates the 1s orbital, which is unaffected or which is not taking part in the bonding, and the violet or the purple colored lobes indicate the pz orbital with one electron on the carbon atom. So this is the carbon after hybridization. So carbon after hybridization forms 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. In this case, the 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals are oriented along the corners of a regular triangle, planar triangle, equilateral triangle, and the pz orbital is oriented at right angles to this triangle. So the 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals are oriented along the corners of a planar equilateral triangle, and the angle between these orbitals, sp2 hybrid orbitals, is 120 degrees. So this is how the combination is taking place. S orbital, px and py orbitals combining to form 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. So this is the yellow colored lobes indicate the sp2 hybrid orbitals, and the purple or the violet colored lobes indicate the pz orbital. So the angle between the sp2 hybrid orbitals is 120 degrees, and this pz orbital is at right angles. Each sp2 hybrid orbital can overlap with other sp2 orbital of another such hybridized carbon atom to form sp2 sigma bonds. So this orbital sp2 can overlap with another sp2 orbital of carbon, forming sp2 sigma bonds. Hence, each carbon can bind with 3 other carbon atoms. That means overlap with this sp2 one bond, another bond is formed with this sp2 orbital, and the third bond is formed with this sp2 orbital. So the carbon can form 3 bonds with 3 other carbon atoms. The remaining pz orbital of each carbon overlaps in sideways to form the pi bond. So let us see how the overlapping of sp2 hybrid orbitals take place in between the carbon atoms, hybridized carbon atoms. So these two are the sp2 hybridized carbon atoms approaching each other. So when they approach each other, there is overlapping of sp2 hybrid orbitals forming sigma bond. So one sigma bond is formed here, another will be formed in this direction, and the third will be formed in the other direction. So 3 bonds will be formed. So this is how there is formation of carbon to carbon sp2 sigma bond is shown in this image. So this is only the one bond formed. Other 2 bonds will be formed by the overlap of these 2 sp2 hybrid orbitals. Now after the formation of sigma bond, we will discuss about how the pi bonds are formed simultaneously. So simultaneously there is also the pz orbital approaching each other in the sideways. So sideway overlapping of this pz orbital takes place. Pz orbitals come nearer, forming pz pi bond. So pi bond is also formed, and carbon to carbon sigma bond, pz pi bond is formed, and sp2 sigma bond is formed between the carbon atoms. So this is how the hexagonal ring of carbon atoms is formed by the overlap of sp2 orbitals as well as the pz orbitals of the nearby carbon atoms. So each carbon atom can bind with 3 other carbon atoms. So this carbon is bonded to the other carbon here in this direction, and the second carbon in this direction, third carbon will be in this direction. So this is resulting in the formation of this kind of hexagonally arranged sheet of carbon atoms, which is having one atom thick sheet. So this is the sheet of graphene formed by the overlap of the sp2 sigma bonds, hybrid orbitals forming sigma bonds, as well as there is also the formation of pz pi bond. So because of the presence of this pi bond, alternately it is having conjugated structure. So alternate single and double bonds are there in the graphene molecule or graphene layer. Therefore, this graphene is having conjugated structure and is also electrically conducting material. So let us see how the single layer of graphene or single atom thick layer of graphene looks like. So this, in this direction, it is following the nanoscale. Now let us see the properties of graphene. We have discussed about the structural details with sp2 hybridization, and based on that, next is properties. Graphene has great stability and is having very high tensile strength. It is having tensile strength more than steel. So even if it is stretched or elongated, it will not break. So it is having very high tensile strength. Graphene is a zero gap semiconductor because its conduction and valence band meets each other. They overlap or they meet each other. So in case of metal, the conduction and the valence band are overlapping. There is no gap here, they are overlapping. And in case of semiconductors, there is a small gap between the conduction band and the valence band. In case of insulators, there is a wide or large gap. But in case of graphene, the valence band and the conduction band meet, and it is only one atom thick molecule. Because of extended conjugated system, electron mobility, that means the conjugated system is very extended. There are large number of alternate single and multiple or double bonds. That is why it is called extended n number. Throughout the sheet, there is conjugated system. And in this conjugated system, the pi electrons are delocalized. They can move throughout the structure, and the electron mobility is faster or higher than other materials. So you can see the electrons in case of graphene, they are moving at a faster rate. The electron mobility, because of this extended conjugation, it is faster. Hence, graphene is a good electrical conductor with conductivity 13 times better than copper. It is transparent, even though graphite is opaque, because the layers are alternately arranged and there is slight difference in the layer, and it is only, the graphene is only one atom thick, single layer. That is why it is transparent. It can transmit 97.9% of light. Almost nearly 100% of light is transmitted. Hence, it is transparent. It is having very high compressive strength. It is stronger than steel. The compressive strength is more than steel. Even if it is hit by a strong molecule or any heavy material, it will not break or tear away. It is light in weight because it is single atom thick sheet. It is light in weight as well as it is flexible in nature. So you can see the flexibility as well as the strength of graphene. We will see some other properties of graphene. Graphene also has very high thermal conductivity. That means it can conduct heat also. Not only it is a good conductor of electricity, it is also a good conductor of heat. So as the material gets heated, the heat is flowing to the other end also. It has very high melting point of 3800 degree Kelvin. Melting point means it will not be converted into liquid, but it sublimes. It gets converted into gas or vaporizes. It is perfectly stacked and aligned graphene sheet having density of 2.26 gram per cc in case of graphite. Graphene is insoluble in water or any other organic solvent. It is more reactive because it is only having one atom thick structure and the atoms are exposed from the sides, from the upper side, lower side, as well as the outermost carbon atoms. They are exposed on the sides also. It is extremely hard material. Its hardness is about 200 times than the steel. Very hard material. Even if it is hit by a bullet, it will not get teared away. So it is having a high wear and tear resistant. It is also, at the same time, it is also highly elastic in nature. These are some of the important parameters, characteristic features of graphene, which is having very high electron mobility and high thermal conductivity, very high tensile strength, high optical clarity, that is transparent in nature. It is at the same time, it is also elastic in nature, high reactive surface area. So it can be called, graphene can be called as a wonder material gifted by nature. It is a wonder or magic material gifted by nature. So with this gift, we will see where it is used in these days. So applications, graphene is used for making flexible transistors. The transistor is flexible and because it is electrically conductive, transparent, strong and flexible, it can be used in touch screens, touch screen displays of laptop, mobile phones. Graphene also has very high thermal conductivity, so it is used to dissipate heat in electronic circuits. Then let us see the applications of graphene in medical field, some of the applications. So new graphene based material is developed. The composites, they are used in medical implants, dental implants. Then graphene is also used for the treatment of cancer. It absorbs the infrared radiations and it acts directly on the damaged cells without affecting the rest of the body. So it is going to affect only the cancer tissues. It is also used for making medical devices like wearable graphene sensors, actuators, blood pressure, pulse rate monitoring devices, oximeter, etc. So these are some of the applications of graphene in the medical field. The dental implant is shown here with graphene is made use in these. It is also used in electronic and electrical industry. Graphene LED light bulb is having more illuminating capacity as well as longer life, as well as it is cheaper. Graphene batteries are superior to normal lithium ion batteries. They can be having more charge discharge cycles. So these are the bulbs containing the filaments made of graphene, street lamps, cells or batteries. Then these are the power banks that are made up of graphene, use graphene. Then in electronic industry, some other applications we will discuss. Graphene polymer transparent electrodes are light in weight and they are better conducting. So therefore they are used in solar cells. Graphene solar cells are made into use nowadays. So wireless earphones, Bluetooth earbuds are developed with graphene driver technology that have longer battery life. Some other applications in health and fitness and sports. New class of flexible and transparent wearables based on graphene sensitized with semiconducting quantum dots are able to monitor the health. Then use of graphene in other materials enhances the performances of shoes, like the high quality sporting shoes. They are having very high grip and durability. Then it is also used in pollution protection masks and hazardous pollution monitoring small devices. So these are the transparent wearables. This is the mask made up of graphene, pollution protection mask, and these are the shoes that are having very high grip that contain some amount of graphene. So these are some of the small devices that are used to monitor pollution rates. Some other applications in the health and fitness and sports, they are used for making badminton rackets as well as tennis rackets. They are used for making skis, the skiing on snow. Also used for making stronger hockey sticks, and also used in fishing rods, which are having more tensile strength as well as they are more sensitive in nature. So graphene, not only it is used in the medical field as well as in the health and fitness, it is used in the electronic industry, electrical industry. It is also used in sports industry, sports equipments. So some other applications, it is a miracle material, wonder material you can call, or else magic material. Also used in 3D printing, and then air filters that self-sterilizes and decontaminates the air are used in air purifiers. It is also used in the purification of salt water. So this is how the graphene filament is used for 3D printing of articles like these. These are the nuts, bolts and screws that are 3D printed with the help of graphene filament. Since graphene is having very high tensile strength, very good impact strength or compressive strength, so it is light in weight. So therefore the 3D printed graphene materials or items, they are also long lasting. Then in air purifiers, graphene is used, also used in the purification of salt water. Then some other applications, this is not ending application category of graphene, because graphene is as it is called wonder material, there are large number of applications of graphene. So graphene camera sensors 1,000 times more sensitive than current sensors. So that is why they are nowadays used in vision sensors in the modern cameras. Also for mobile cameras it is used. Then graphene infused hair dryers are also available, which are taking care of hair quality. In automobile industry, the graphene is used in making lightweight vehicles, bicycles, and these automobiles, they are more efficient also for making anti-skid tires, car, bicycle body frame, dashboards, electronic controls. In each and every part, the graphene is used in automobile industry. So This is how the lightweight anti-skid tires. The whole tire is not made up of graphene. Some composite, it is mixed with rubber to make it as a composite, and then it is used. It is also used for making lightweight and strong wheelchairs. So this is the bicycle framework. Then the dashboard and the electronic controls used in the car, and the lightweight strong wheelchair that is made by graphene. So there are still there is not the end of the application of graphene. It is also used in conductive paints or the corrosion resistant paint, and also in inks, pigments. So graphene anti-corrosion primer is there. Graphene ink is shown here. So graphene is used also for screen printing, as well as it is used in inkjet printers. So this is all about the applications of graphene, and that is the end of this video lecture. Thank you for watching patiently. Thank you.